Here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. So glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new here, allow me to say welcome. Grab a seat and stay a while. And as long as you're here, would you do me a couple favors? Go down and hit that subscribe button and make sure to ring that notification bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're up the 790 plus regulars here, welcome back for another round. As you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment, because as we all know, YouTube does love those comments. And of course, as always, share this video with your friends on all social media. My socials, Instagram and X, are always down below in the description, along with the link to that wonderfully fabulous Joker voice merch store. Okay, so, coming out of WrestleMania, we are essentially kicking off what is the beginning of the new year creatively for the WWE. And one thing to always look forward to is the new crop of talent from NXT who will be debuting on the main roster. Now, this match, in my opinion, could be one of the most talented we have ever seen coming out of the Performance Center. But how high is the ladder? How high is their ceiling underneath the bright lights of the main event and of WWE? So let's take a look at all these new talents and let's discuss.
Here we go. Here we go.
And we might as well start with the guy who made his Raw debut just the other night. I mean, the WWE, the main roster, said his name, and Joe Hendry has appeared on Monday night. Now, it's obvious the WWE believes in the former TNA and NXT champion. And I also believe that Joe Hendry will have a very successful career on the main roster. I mean, he's going to be a very strong presence in that Intercontinental Championship title scene on Monday night. But considering what it was that got him over with fans initially, do I think that this gimmick will put him in the main event scene and contending for the World Heavyweight Championship?
Yeah, not so much.
Now, let's stay with the Raw roster and look at someone who was already involved in the Intercontinental Championship scene, and it's that bouncy boy, the young OG, JeVon Evans. Exciting? Absolutely. Had a great showing at WrestleMania, no question. And he's only 21 years old, so he's got a long, prosperous future ahead of him in the mid-card scene. I mean, his 6'4", 190-pound frame and his wrestling style makes for very exciting mid-card tag team ladder match styles. And he could possibly pop his head into the main event scene, but he still needs a lot more experience. And if he wants to be in that main event scene, unfortunately for him, he's going to need a little bit more size.
That's fair.
And also on Raw is a new addition from NXT that I am very happy to see, and that is All Ego Ethan Page. Now, the former NXT and North American champion really honed his craft during his time at the Performance Center and has fully developed into this sleazy, swarmy, opportunistic weasel of a heel character, which is just what the mid-card needs on Monday nights. Matter of fact, I would not be surprised one bit if in 6 months Ethan Page is wearing that Intercontinental title. And now we're going to move over to Friday Night SmackDown, and one of these NXT call-ups is already wearing main roster gold, and that is the new United States champion, Mr. Lemon Peppa Steppa, Trick Williams. Given his presentation and also when he arrived on the scene on SmackDown on Fridays, he was already in-ring cutting promos with the likes of Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Clearly, the WWE has big plans for Mr. Trick Williams. So the mid-card title right now is just the first step. As the former North American and two-time NXT champion, world titles are definitely in his future.
Absolutely.
And it was also announced that this coming Friday will be the main roster debut of Ricky Saints. Now, the former NXT and North American champion should do very well on SmackDown, as he'll be working with a lot of familiar faces from his time in AEW. I mean, you've got his Team Taz teammate, you got the also new to SmackDown, Royce Keys, his real-life friend, Cody Rhodes, and if his other real-life friend, CM Punk, comes over to SmackDown, this should make for a lot of fun and interesting matchups and stories going forward. And I think that Ricky Saints as a talent could be a foundational piece to the mid-card scene for Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah, I can see that.
This guy here, he has just bypassed the mid-card scene altogether. He has vaulted himself at the top of the ticket, the main event, and of course I'm talking about the Rula Oba Femi. I mean, coming off the biggest win of his young career, retiring Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, the sky is the limit for the former North American and two-time NXT champion. And it's not a question of if, but a question of how soon Oba Femi will be holding world championships. Matter of fact, the other day, Oba said it best himself.
Your ruler has arrived.
Oh, don't worry. I did not forget the women of NXT, as they continue year over year to supply the main roster with top talent. This match is no exception. So let's start with this past Friday when Fatal Influence, Fallon Henley, JC Jane, and Lainey Reed made their claim on the SmackDown Women's Division. Now, with Fallon Henley and Lainey Reed, I can easily see those two making a run at and becoming the new women's tag team champions. JC Jane, on her main roster debut, not only got a match with the WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley, but next week she gets in the ring with 14-time champion Charlotte Flair. So not only is JC Jane being seen as a main event player, but she will absolutely in the future be holding world titles.
Oh my God. Yes.
And another talent that the WWE sees a lot of upside with is the newest addition to Monday Night Raw, Sol Ruca. I mean, there's a reason that Sol Ruca was picked to have a match versus Bayley at John Cena's retirement show, a third place finish at the Royal Rumble, and in her Raw debut, she was in a match with the Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan. Obviously, just like JC Jane, WWE sees Sol Ruca as a main event talent, and it will not be long before that world title is around the waist of Sol Ruca.
Duh.
And finally, this past Friday, we got a video package of Coming Soon. The main roster is going to get something glamorous. Of course, it's the Glamour Blake Monroe. Now, Blake Monroe has been main roster ready ever since her debut in NXT. Now, there is nothing holding back the former North American champion just from grabbing not just mid-card titles, but world titles as well. And I'm not going to lie, Triple H and Nick Khan would just love to, as an added bonus, stick it to Tony Khan to have his former AEW Women's World Champion holding a world title coming out of WrestleMania next year.
That's a fact.
So yeah, there's some great talent coming out of the Performance Center being now shown on the main roster. It's up to WWE Creative now. So to them, if I could offer a couple words of advice.
Don't fuck it up.
But these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours down below in the comments. And be sure to tune in tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on this channel, where me and the guys will be talking about this and a whole lot more. Of course, I'm talking about Wednesday night is overbooked. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Again, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate it. And I will see you folks all very soon. Hope you're having a great week. Have a wonderful rest of the week ahead of you. Always have fun. Keep talking. Keep smiling. Until next time.